Good afternoon, sir. Just doing community check-ins today.
Afternoon, officer. Everything all right in the neighborhood?
All quiet. Just wanted to introduce myself and check in.
Appreciate that. Always good to see officers in the community.
Have a great day, Mr. Miller. We're here if you need us.
Will do. Thanks, officer.
A loud knock hits the front door. A man's voice yells from outside. Police, open up. We have a warrant. Marcus Rivera walks to the door. He is calm. He looks through the peephole. Two men stand on his porch. They wear tactical vests that say police on them. Okay, 1 second, Marcus says. Sir, step outside. Now, the second man demands. Marcus keeps the storm door closed between them. Can I just see that warrant first? The first man gets annoyed. You questioning us? Just step outside. This will go easier. I just want to understand what is happening, Marcus replies. The second man laughs. Okay, sure, you want to play it that way. Get everyone out now, or this gets difficult for your whole family. These two men had no idea what they just walked into. In the next 20 minutes, their fake badges would be photographed. Their car plates would run through federal systems, and 4 trained people would watch every mistake they made. The quiet dad at the door, he worked for the FBI for 17 years. His wife behind him, also FBI, 22 years. And those 2 kids in the hallway, both FBI agents too, graduated from Quantico. This house had 60 years of FBI training inside it. Every family member knew how to spot fake cops before breakfast. And the home cameras, they sent video straight to FBI servers. Before I continue, let me ask you this. Have you ever had someone try to trick you into trusting them? Tell me about it in the comments. The criminals picked the wrong house. They did zero research on who lived there. Marcus Rivera Sr. was 52 years old. He spent 17 years catching criminals for the FBI. He led teams that arrested over 200 people. He even trained new agents at Quantico for 3 years. His wife Alina was 49. She worked as a senior special agent. Her job was catching spies and people who lie. She had 22 years of experience. She won awards for spotting threats. Their son, Marcus Jr., was 26. He worked in the FBI cybercrime unit. He was the youngest person in his class at Quantico. Their daughter, Sophia, was 24. She worked catching financial criminals. She tracked illegal money networks. Now here is what made this special. Sunday mornings were family time, no work talk, just breakfast together. The neighbors thought they were just a quiet family. Nobody knew what they really did for work. On this Sunday in March 2024, all 4 were home. All 4 had their service guns nearby. All 4 were about to show why you never fake being police at an FBI home. The 2 men at the door were not random criminals. They were part of a bigger operation. Derek Simmons was 34 years old. He had been arrested 3 times before. His crimes were fraud and breaking into homes. His friends called him the Badge because he liked pretending to be a cop. He had faced charges for this before, but got off on a small mistake in the case. Raymond Cole was 29. He used to work as a security guard, but got fired for bad behavior. He had 2 assault charges. Simmons found him 8 months earlier and brought him into the crew. These 2 were not working alone. They had a whole network behind them. The group had been active across 3 states for 14 months. They hit nice neighborhoods. They looked for government workers because they thought those people would obey police without asking questions. Before the Rivera house, they had broken into 11 homes. They stole cash, phones, jewelry, and guns. They took about $340,000 worth of stuff. So why did they pick the Riveras? They saw a nice house on a quiet street. They found out government workers lived there. They thought that meant desk jobs, easy targets. They never dug deeper. They never found out what kind of government work. Type wrong house in the comments if you know where this is going. The date was Sunday, March 17, 2024. The time was 9:47 in the morning. The Rivera home sat in a quiet area called Riverside Heights. It was only 12 miles from FBI headquarters. The house was a single-story home with a nice lawn. Inside, the family was enjoying their morning. Alina made her famous breakfast dish. Marcus Sr. read the news on his tablet. The kids sat at the kitchen table arguing about basketball brackets. Then a black car pulled up outside. It had no police markings. Two men got out wearing tactical vests with police written on them. Simmons held a clipboard with a fake warrant. Cole stood to the side of the porch to block any escape. The Riveras saw red flags right away. No marked police car. The badges looked wrong. No body cameras, no radios, no backup cars visible. Marcus Sr. glanced at Elena. That look meant something was wrong. Elena quietly moved toward the kitchen drawer where her gun was. The kids saw their parents' body language. They quietly moved to different spots in the house. The criminals saw a nervous middle-aged man. They did not see the team forming behind him. If stories about justice matter to you, hit that subscribe button now. Marcus Sr. kept the storm door locked. He asked to see the warrant through the glass. Simmons held up the paper. He would not hand it over. Marcus noticed problems right away. Wrong court seal, no case number, no judge signature. "Which station are you from?" Marcus asked. "Sir, I do not have time for this," Simmons said. "Open the door." "What is this about? Who is your supervisor?" Simmons got angry. "Open the door now." While Marcus kept them talking, Elena watched from the kitchen window. She saw more problems. Their shoes were wrong for real cops. Their gun holsters were in the wrong spot. They had no tools on their belts. She quietly picked up the house phone. She called 911 and left the line open so they could hear everything. Then she texted the FBI office. Her message said there might be fake cops at her home. 10 minutes into this standoff, the kids went to work. Marcus Jr. took pictures through a side window. He got their faces, badges, and car plates. Sophia made sure all the home cameras were recording. She backed up the video to the cloud. Cole got aggressive. "We can do this easy or hard, old man." Simmons added a threat. "Open this door or we break it down. That is obstruction." Marcus stayed calm. "I am happy to help. I just need to check your credentials. That is my right." Cole laughed. "Your rights, we are the law here." Then Simmons made a big mistake. He said, "We do not need to show you anything. FBI does not ask questions." The family looked at each other. Wait, these men started by saying they were local police with a warrant. Now they claim to be FBI. Marcus said, "FBI, I thought you said you were local police." Simmons stumbled. "We are task force, multi-agency." That was the moment. All doubt was gone. These men were fakes. Let me know in the comments, would you have caught those mistakes? Now the Riveras switched from watching to acting. In the distance, sirens started. The 911 call had worked. Real police were coming. Simmons and Cole heard the sirens. They looked nervous. "We need to go now," Cole said. "No," Simmons replied. "We finished this." He grabbed the door handle hard. Then Marcus Sr. did something they did not expect. He opened the door and stepped onto the porch, but he held something in his hand. His FBI badge. "FBI Special Agent Marcus Rivera," he said. "You are both under arrest for pretending to be federal officers." Elena appeared behind him. She had her gun drawn. Her badge was visible. "FBI Special Agent Elena Rivera, do not move." The color left Simmons' face. He froze. Cole tried to run, but Marcus Jr. was already at the side of the house. He blocked the path. Sophia stood at the back corner. She cut off the other direction. Cole yelled, "This is a setup." Marcus Sr. shook his head. "No, this is what happens when you pick the wrong house." Two local police cars pulled up within minutes. Marcus Sr. showed his credentials and explained the situation. The officers handcuffed both men. They read them their rights. They took photos of the fake badges as evidence. They collected the fake warrant. When they searched the car, they found zip ties, duct tape, tools for breaking into houses. But wait, there is more to this story. 3 neighbors had come outside because of the sirens. One of them said something important. "Those men knocked on my door last week," she said. "They said they were inspectors." Another neighbor said, "I had no idea this family was FBI, all 4 of them." A third neighbor said, "Thank God they picked that house instead of mine." Within 30 minutes of knocking, Simmons and Cole sat in the back of real police cars, but the investigation into their network was just getting started. One officer walked up to Marcus Sr. "You folks handled that perfectly, textbook." Elena smiled. "We train for situations like this." The officer shook his head. These guys really had no clue what they walked into. Marcus Jr. came over with his phone. "I got clear shots of everything, faces, badges, plates, all time-stamped." Sophia added, "Cloud backup finished. Even if they had taken our phones, we would still have the video." The family stood together on their porch. Their Sunday morning was ruined, but they had stopped something much worse. Later, Marcus Sr. would tell reporters something important. "We were not trying to be heroes, we just used our training." But here is what made this case bigger. Those neighbors' statements opened new leads. Simmons and Cole had been scouting the whole neighborhood, and this time they left a trail. Type "justice" in the comments if you think these criminals picked the worst possible house. The FBI took over the case. Pretending to be federal officers is a federal crime. Marcus Sr. had to step back from the investigation. It was his case, so there was a conflict of interest, but he gave all his evidence to the team. What they found was disturbing. On Simmons' phone, they found photos of 23 other houses. Each photo had notes about the people who lived there, research about when they left for work, when they came home, how many cars they had. At Cole's apartment, they found stolen items, jewelry, electronics, cash, all from earlier break-ins. They also found burner phones, the phones connected to 3 other people in the network. Within 48 hours, the FBI made 2 more arrests. The first was Anthony Marks, age 31. He was the driver who dropped off Simmons and Cole. He waited nearby during the break-ins. The second was Patricia Webb, age 44. She sold the stolen goods. Her apartment was full of items from 11 different homes. The FBI connected them to break-ins in Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. 11 families had been victims before the Riveras. One case was really bad. An elderly couple was held at gunpoint for 2 hours in their own living room. Another case involved a single mother. Her children were home when the criminals broke in. The family still has nightmares. A retired military officer tried to fight back. They beat him badly. All of this came out because of what happened at the Rivera house. The evidence from that Sunday was solid. Clear video, clear audio, photos with time stamps. The 911 call recorded the whole confrontation. If you believe in justice, hit subscribe. We have more stories like this coming. The story broke on Monday. A local news station ran it first with the headline, "FBI Family Stops Home Invasion." By Tuesday, every major network picked it up. CNN covered it, Fox News covered it, MSNBC covered it. By Wednesday, the story was everywhere. The headline everyone shared was 4 FBI agents live in same house. Criminals picked that house to rob. Within 1 week, the story had 12 million views across all platforms. People could not believe it. The comments were wild. One person wrote, "Imagine picking the one house with 4 federal agents." Another wrote, "This is a movie plot and they lived it." Someone else said, "The family that arrests together stays together." The most popular comment said, "Those criminals really said, we are the law to actual law enforcement." The FBI put out an official statement. They said, "We commend the Rivera family for their professionalism in an extremely dangerous situation. Their training prevented what could have been a violent confrontation." Experts who used to work in law enforcement gave interviews. One said, "Most people would have either obeyed or panicked. The Riveras did everything right. They bought time, they gathered evidence, they waited for backup. That is textbook." Memes spread everywhere. The wrong house format became popular. People joked about criminals needing to do better research. But under the jokes, there was a serious message. How do regular people know if cops are real or fake? Share this video if you think more people need to know this story. The charges against Simmons and Cole were serious. Pretending to be a federal officer can get you 3 years per count. They had multiple counts. Planning to rob someone can get you 20 years. Running a criminal operation across state lines adds 5 to 10 more years. Having break-in tools adds another 2 to 5 years. Simmons chose to plead guilty. He did not want a trial. The evidence was too strong. His sentence, 18 years in federal prison. He also had to pay back $127,000 to his victims. He cannot get parole for the first 15 years. Cole tried to make a deal. He offered to give information about other criminals. It helped a little, but not much. His sentence, 12 years in federal prison. He also faces more charges in Pennsylvania for crimes there. What about the other people in the network? Anthony Marks, the driver, got 8 years. He agreed to cooperate with investigators. Patricia Webb, who sold stolen goods, got 6 years. The government took everything she owned that came from the crimes. 2 more members of the network were found. Warrants went out for their arrests. The earlier victims also filed civil lawsuits. A civil lawsuit is when you sue someone for money, not jail time. The total judgment against Simmons and Cole, $890,000. The elderly couple, who was held at gunpoint, got $95,000. The single mother got $78,000 plus money for therapy. Other victims split the rest of what could be recovered. When Simmons and Cole get out of prison, their wages will be taken to pay these debts for the rest of their lives. Justice was served fully and completely. 3 months after that Sunday, the Rivera family did one interview. Marcus Sr. spoke first. "We were not trying to be heroes. We were trying to keep our family safe and handle a dangerous situation the right way. Our training kicked in. That is what it is for." Elena added something important. The scariest part was not facing those men. It was thinking about what could have happened to another family. "We got lucky that all 4 of us were home. Most families do not have that advantage." The family had a message for everyone watching. "Know your rights," Marcus Sr. said. "Real police will show you their credentials. Real police will not threaten you for asking questions. If something feels wrong, trust your gut. Call 911. Ask to verify independently." The Riveras started working with local police on a program called Know Before You Open. They teach regular people how to spot fake officers. Here are the tips they share. Look for body cameras, look for marked cars, ask for badge numbers, call dispatch to verify. Real cops will wait while you check. Elena ended with this: "We protect this country every day. That day reminded us that sometimes threats come right to your door. You have to be ready." This case shows a bigger problem. Fake police incidents have gone up 47% in 5 years. Most regular people cannot spot fake credentials. The Riveras had 60 years of training behind them, but most families have nothing. We need better public education. We need standard credentials that people can verify. We need harsher punishments for faking police identity. After this case, the FBI sent out warnings about home invasion scams. 2 states started working on new laws with tougher sentences. But we still have work to do. So let me ask you, do we accept that criminals can use our trust in police against us? Do we wait until it is our family, our door, our Sunday morning? Do we demand better education and better protection for everyone? Because if we do not teach our communities how to stay safe, if we do not demand real accountability, then we are just waiting for the next Simmons and Cole, the next family that does not have 4 FBI agents at home, the next invasion that ends in tragedy. Comment below if you believe every person should know how to verify police credentials before opening their door. If you think stories like this matter, hit that subscribe button now. We are going to keep exposing these schemes. We are going to keep demanding better. We are going to keep fighting for safer communities, for educated citizens, for real justice. Derek Simmons thought he was the law. The Riveras reminded him what real law enforcement looks like. But this is not about one family's training. It is about making sure every family can protect themselves. This is not just about these criminals or this family. It is about all of us and the system we are willing to accept. See you in the next one.